You just watched the Cowboys get the job done, and now everything shifts to the Panthers. This is one of those matchups where the plan should be simple and the execution needs to be cleaner than usual. On paper, this looks like a great chance to get back-to-back wins, and there are 3 clear keys that will decide how comfortable this week in Dallas will be. Control the trenches and the clock, make the young Panthers quarterback uncomfortable, and treat this as business and close it out without giving Carolina life. That's the roadmap I'm walking you through, so you know exactly what to watch and what to yell at your TV for. Right away, the Cowboys' offensive identity this season has to lean on balance, but there's a real advantage to leaning into what's been working, especially the run game. When you hand the ball to your most reliable runner and let the play clock become your ally, you chew up clock and keep the opposing offense off the field. That's important because it keeps the defense fresher and forces the Panthers to play catch up. At kickoff, watch the call sheet. Is the staff committing to drives designed to shorten the game? If yes, that's the right sign. If not, call me skeptical immediately. Quick interaction. Do you think the Cowboys should commit to a heavy run game from the start? Drop a quick yes or no in the comments. I'll be looking through replies and will call out the best takes in the next video. Also, if you haven't already, hit subscribe. We're trying to push this channel to 16,000 subscribers, and your support keeps these breakdowns coming. You've probably heard it 1,000 times this season. The Cowboys need to establish the run. In this matchup, it's not just a cliche, it's the foundation of the game plan. Carolina's front has been vulnerable to power runs, especially between the tackles, so this is tailor-made for Dallas to assert itself physically. Javonte Williams-style downhill running, or whoever the Cowboys trust to grind it out, will wear a defense down over the course of the game. When you get consistent gains on early downs, the passing lanes open up naturally. Doc doesn't have to force tight window throws or chase miracle plays. Play action becomes lethal, linebackers freeze, safeties creep up, and the offense suddenly breathes easier. The key detail here is tempo. You don't want an offense that opens with a couple of passes and stalls, only to send the defense back onto the field. That's how upsets start. You want to stack a few clock-eating drives early, even if they only end in field goals. That tells Carolina you're going to control this game physically and take their chances away. The offensive line matters more than ever when Tyler Smith, Zach Martin, and the crew get nasty at the point of attack. Third and long turns into manageable second and threes. Small 3-yard gains in the first quarter can mean explosive lanes in the fourth quarter because the tackling softens and the gaps widen. So this isn't just strategy, it's a mindset. I want to know, do you think Dallas will truly commit to that old-school ground and pound approach? Tell me in the comments, and if you're into seeing the Cowboys dominate up front, hit like and subscribe to help us hit 16,000. Flip the tape now and let's talk defense, because the second key is all about getting after the young quarterback and forcing mistakes. Bryce Young is still processing NFL speed, and he'll gain confidence if you let him sit cleanly in the pocket. The Cowboys' identity on defense is to attack, and this matchup lets them do just that. Micah Parsons and the edge group have the chance to dictate the rhythm. Parsons isn't just fast, he's unpredictable. You can line him up inside, outside, drop him on a spy, and the Panthers must adjust on the fly. The plan is simple: bring pressure from multiple angles, disguise the looks, and don't give Young time to settle. A few well-timed pressures, especially on third and long, can change punts into turnovers and comfortable drives into chaos for Carolina. Dan Quinn doesn't need to blitz every down, but the creative stunts and delayed rushes are exactly the tools that exploit communication issues in the Panthers' line. When Bryce is forced off his first read, he's more likely to hold the ball too long or make an ill-advised throw. That's a takeaway waiting to happen. The secondary has to complement the rush by staying disciplined. The Panthers aren't stretching the field like elite passing teams, but if you gamble coverage and get beat, short completions can turn into big gains. Balance rush aggression with coverage intelligence. If Dallas can generate heat with four rushers sometimes, they can play stronger coverage behind it and shut down the rest. And the numbers show it. When this defense forces multiple takeaways, they rarely lose. That makes this game a clear target for big defensive moments, sack fumbles, tipped passes, and momentum-swinging plays. From Parsons, Demarcus Lawrence, or Osa Odighizuwa. Who do you think will lead the Cowboys in sacks this game? Drop your pick in the comments. I want to see if fans expect Micah to dominate again, or if someone else quietly has a huge game. If you love defensive breakdowns, subscribe. Let's grow the channel to 16,000. So far you've heard the physical plan and the defensive plan, but the difference between a clean win and a stressful finish is discipline, and that's our third key. Treat this like business and finish strong. You know the pattern. Cowboys jump out to a lead, then mental lapses, penalties, or turnovers let a struggling team sneak back into range. Don't let that happen. Discipline isn't just avoiding flags, it's execution. You don't want drive-killing penalties on third down, missed coverage assignments, or risky throws when the game's under control. Dak Prescott's role here is management as much as production. When you're ahead, you finish drives and put the game away. Field goals are fine early, but once you're in the second half, you need to be aggressive about cashing in the red zone. On defense, stay locked in even if the score feels safe. Don't fall into the trap of coasting. Keep tackling fundamental, maintain gap integrity, and don't bite on trick plays. A single blown assignment or special teams lapse is all it takes to flip momentum. So when you're watching, ask yourself, what worries you most when the Cowboys get up big? Turnovers, penalties, or special teams? Tell me in the comments because I want to know which one keeps fans up at night. And remember to subscribe if you haven't. That 16,000 milestone is within reach with your help. When kickoff arrives, here are the 3 live things I want you to watch immediately. First, the early run commitment. If you see the Cowboys feeding the back on the initial drives, that's a major green flag. Second, the defensive pressure rate. If Bryce Young looks rattled before halftime, you'll know the game plan is working. Third down execution on both sides. Those hidden downs determine whether a game feels like a blowout or a nail-biter. If Dallas plays clean, runs the ball effectively, and gets after the quarterback the way they should, this game shouldn't stay close. My prediction, a solid Cowboys win, somewhere around 27-13, assuming no self-inflicted wounds. But I want your final score. Drop it in the comments and I'll highlight a few of the best ones in the next upload. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, share it with another Cowboys fan, and subscribe to help push us to 16,000 subscribers. I read the comments and I'll call out the best takes next time.